I could have picked all kinds of things. I could have said, not talking to enough people, right? That might be a big mistake, wouldn't it? Could be not following up, right? That might be a mistake too, or it is a mistake. Both of those are mistakes. But here's the reality. Most sales reps blow the close without realizing it. And in this training, I'm going to reveal the number one mistake that kills deals and how you can fix it today. How does that sound? Today's training is the number one mistake that sales rep make when closing deals. Here's what I believe is the number one mistake, and it's the number one overall mistake that leads to a lot of other things. And that is drawing any negativity to the close, drawing any negativity to you actually making the sale. Okay. Now, here's a very common one. I was just talking with someone about this. She said, if I'm talking to people who are really struggling and I offer them my opportunity and they spend their last dime, but they don't create results, how am I supposed to feel? So that is a problem of safety, right? So if you want to guarantee not impact anybody, just keep everyone safe. Just prevent everyone from ever making a leap of faith, prevent everyone from ever taking a risk. And risk is just, how do you calculate it? I love what we posted on Graham's page, I think yesterday. Listen to this. I'm gonna read this to you. The real risk isn't taking a step of faith with God. It's staying where you are when He's inviting you forward. We think risk is starting that business God's been putting on your heart, having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding, pursuing that calling that seems impossible, making that change everyone else thinks is crazy. Well, what if the real risk is staying in a job that's killing your spirit when God's prepared something life-giving, keeping silent when God wants you to use your voice, playing it safe when God's inviting you into your purpose, choosing comfort over calling because you're afraid of what others think. The fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord shall be safe. Proverbs 29:25. The snare isn't in stepping forward with God. It's in letting fear of people keep you from your God-given purpose. I've discovered that saying yes to God's invitations, even when they feel risky, leads to life, growth, and the joy of partnering with Him in what He's doing. But saying no to those invitations because of fear, that's where regret lives. That's where you miss out on the adventures God prepared for you. The question isn't, is this risky? The question is God inviting me into this? And if He is, the greater risk is saying no. How many got something from that? How many got something from that? How powerful was that? And so if you are in sales and you build your life around probability, that you believe that no one's ever going to do anything and everyone's going to lose money and no one's going to do the work necessary, then you're just not going to impact people. You're not going to help anyone. You have to live in possibility. So look at my story. When in 2009, I'm in foreclosure, I'd gone through a divorce, I'm $1 million in debt, I've been deeply depressed. My friend Chris, Cape Coral, Florida, now he's actually in Fort Myers, he invited me to a home meeting where a network marketing meeting was going on. And here I am 16 years later thanking him. Now I had the deck stacked against me, right? Foreclosure, $1 million in debt, behind on all my bills, depressed, divorced. I had everything stacked against me. Him being bold and making me an offer gave me opportunity, gave me possibility. So you have to live more in possibility than probability. If you live in probability, you are greatly going to decrease how many people you're actually called to help. We have to be as brave as the people who need us. You have to be willing to offer your product, your service, your opportunity. We have to be willing to offer that thing so long as we believe in it. Now, if you don't believe in it, then get out of that thing, right? Don't try to sell something you don't believe in. But as long as you believe in it, then you're called to make offers. I forget the location, but one of the proverbs is the hand of the diligent makes one rich, while the lazy are put to forced labor. The hand of the diligent makes one rich, while the lazy are put to forced labor. What's the hand of the diligent? Well, you're making offers. You're giving opportunities. Perhaps you're more giving. Maybe you're more generous. There's a lot of things. Maybe you're meeting people and networking. There's a lot of things that could go into what is the hand of the diligent. Maybe you're working, right? But lazy or put to forced labor, what's that mean? And some of you are like, well, forced labor, I'm not in forced labor. Well, there's a lot of people that are in jobs they can't stand, but they also feel like they can't leave because they believe that this is just the height of what God can do for them. And so they'll have these handcuffs. Sometimes they're golden, sometimes they're aluminum. They have these handcuffs of, I'm in this job that I hate, but I can't leave because of the benefits. Well, that's a form of forced labor, isn't it? So the number one mistake that sales reps make when closing deals is you thinking there's you bringing up the possibility of something negative. Focus on the possibility, not the probability. Focus on the concept that this may be exactly what this person's been praying for, and you're the one that gets to deliver it. How cool is that? How cool is that? I am always one of the absolute keys of fruit in your life is your oneness with God. Your oneness with God. What does that mean? It means, are you walking with God in the direction he's wanting you to walk? And you know he's with you, right? Even when we make mistakes, he's with us. He'll never leave us or forsake us, right? He'll be with us. When we screw up, he's with us. He's with us in the downs. He's with us when in the the highs, all right? But what are we doing together? And if we are doing it, then we're called to be bold. We're called to be the light of the world, the city on the hill that can't be hidden. So you have to see that God may have just positioned you perfectly to help that person, but you need to make them an offer. You need to do your very best job to get them into whatever your thing is to help them change their life. And if you default to playing it safe and not wanting them to get hurt, then you're also preventing them from ever having gain. And so today, look at your product, service, or opportunity. Look at what it is that you do and see that it has the possibility to change someone's life. Some of you, maybe you have a health product that would totally change someone's life because it changed yours, but maybe you feel like it's kind of expensive. How much would people pay to have their pain gone or have that thing that it helps them with gone? If they knew that it worked, how much would it be worth? It would be worth what you're charging. It would be. Now, if it doesn't work, then no amount of money is, even if it's the cheapest thing on the planet, is still overpriced. See, if something doesn't work, there is no correct price. Any price is too high. If something does work, then that is something people will pay for. And so stop drawing any negative to you closing deals and notice how much more powerfully you'll show up. And so I hope this is helpful to you. If this was helpful to you, tag somebody, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you. God bless your family. Let's make it an amazing week.